Back with the Josh Comnick Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and I turn to retired sports writer Justin Tierney. Justin, on the verge of history with Neil Alexander looking to become the 35th coach in United States history to reach 900 wins, and just the second in Illinois history to reach 900 wins.
Yeah, what a night, and great opportunity to see some regular basketball and take in some history. I'm excited.
You have moved to this part of the state, working over at Eastern Illinois University. You told me earlier you didn't get really much of a chance to get out and see much basketball, but Mattoon has never been an easy place for Lincoln to play.
No, it hasn't. Every game I've covered here the last few years, they play us tough, especially down here.
Last year they got us here at their place. We beat them earlier this year. I think it was 50-29 was the score. But when you talk about Mattoon, you probably have to start with talking about their big kid, Sam Bradbury.
Yeah, he's definitely big. Physical kid. He's a guy that we have to keep off the boards tonight. Every year that I've seen them down here in this game, I believe he's probably finally a senior now, right? I can remember this kid as a freshman going up against Jermaine Hamlin and just thinking, oh boy, he's going to be a load. He's a physical presence, and the Lincoln zone, I'm sure, frustrates him quite a bit. So maybe we can, get him in some foul trouble, but mostly just keep him off the boards.
I know that you've not probably made the trip up to Roy S. much this year, living down here, your wife and family down here, but I know you've seen a lot of games on TV. We started out 12-0 against Normal West last week, and they came back and actually took the lead. Coach was really proud of the way the kids fought back. Our defense, for the most part, has been really good this year, but it's our offense that has struggled at times.
Yeah, the game that I had at Charleston, that was pretty evident. We came out, we kind of blitzed a Charleston team in the first half, and then the offense went a little stagnant in the third quarter, let them get back into the game. I was surprised that game by how many set plays that this Lincoln team has run. I know, Coach Alexander will go to that with teams that maybe struggle to score. He'll try to manufacture some shots for guys like Camden Nelson, or manufacture some touches for Peyton down low. It'll be interesting to see how we attack this group in our second meeting tonight with Mattoon. Always a little tougher when you play a team for the second time and at home at their place, right? So
Lincoln sitting now at 17-4, 5-0. You talked about running sets. Coach talked about that after the Rock Island game. Josh and I talked about that Coach ran a lot of sets against the Rock Island man-to-man. They seem to run a lot of sets against the Normal West man-to-man. This team has done better against man-to-man defenses this year than it has zones. And I've known Ryan Gear has played zone against us in the past. Wouldn't surprise me to see him do it again tonight.
Yeah, and, I think, we're talking tonight about history, with Coach Alexander, and, a sign of any good coach is a coach who adjusts to the kids that he's got. I can remember my senior year with the 04-05 team that set a state record for three-pointers. We ran nothing but sets. We ran sets for John Harpson, sets for David Pickering, sets for Matt Schick. If you look at, his team with Max Cook and Gavin Block and that team that made it all the way to the state championship, they ran hardly any sets. They ran motion offense. And so, it'll be interesting to see how he attacks that tonight with the motion or with the zone. We've seen coaches or teams try to do that against Lincoln in the past, and sometimes we'll run our sets against zones, and they work. And so it'll be interesting to see what the chess match is tonight.
We're starting to see the emergence of Tyler Saucy, the 6'5 junior, as a big shot kind of guy. When Lincoln has needed some big shots in the past couple of games, he's stepped up and gotten them, and we're starting to see some consistent play out of Peyton Cook, the 6'5 junior.
Yeah, Peyton's just so athletic, and boy, you can just see the genes. I've only seen him play one varsity game, and I'm like, yep, that you can tell. His gene pool is certainly strong, and the Saucy kid, I know can shoot a little bit. He's big. Really, this Lincoln team has a lot of depth, and at that backs, those 4s and 5s. We've got a lot of kids that can really play back there. Presents some interesting matchup challenges when you've got so much size and skill at those positions. Maybe we can exploit that tonight. One thing that I would guess that we'll try to do is try to get the Bradbury kid in some positions where he's got to get down and guard some of our skilled big guys, and it'll be a great matchup between him and Peyton as well.
Elijah Polis, who really was not acquainted with the point guard role until this year, really has grown into that, and we saw Tuesday night against Normal West that we can really ill afford to lose him at that point guard position.
Yeah, well, and you can just tell he's such a leader, right? Like he's kind of the heart and soul, again, history. You go throughout history, the best best Lincoln teams have somebody at the point on that press or somebody at that point guard position who just sets the tone. And Elijah clearly does that for this team. He may not always be our leading scorer. He may not always show up and, pile up a huge night in the stat sheet, but he's a leader and certainly a critical player for this group as a senior.
Let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to the Josh Comnick Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show, and this is Lincoln Raider basketball. Back with more of the Josh Comnick Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic pregame show here from Mattoon. Jay Harden, Justin Tierney. Justin, we've talked about 900 wins, and I know Coach Al is he's a very humble guy, and I'm sure he would say that 900 wins is not all him. It comes from the efforts of a lot of different people over the years. You suppose the kids know what's going on tonight?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they have an idea. It's kind of funny. I was thinking when I got the assignment this week, I was like, man, I was there for 800. I can remember 700 being a big deal because it was the 1 and 2 against Lanphier. That was 700. I was in high school when 400 happened. I covered 600 as a reporter. So every time that I've had a chance to interview him, the first thing he always says is, I've had good kids and good players, which is certainly true, but obviously Neil has just built, an incredible system year after year. One of the things that I think is really interesting, second all time in Lincoln in boys basketball wins, but number one for public schools. Number one all-time public school victories. Coach Pingatore at St. Joseph in Chicago had Isaiah Thomas and Evan Turner, but it's a private school. It's a little different. That's one of the things that's most interesting to me, is just number one for public schools.
Well, I think all is right with the world tonight because Jeff Nelson's in the house. That's right, our buddy Jeff Nelson, Cam's dad, and apparently had no game to referee tonight, or got passed up for a refereeing opportunity tonight here on a Friday night. We're about 4 minutes away from tip-off here. That's going to wrap it up for the Josh Comnick Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. Let's send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with the opening for tonight's Lincoln Mattoon basketball game. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lincoln Rail Splitter Basketball on 96.3 FM WLCN, the sports voice of Central Illinois, and WLCNonline.com, and the Mixler app. Hey, if you're at home tonight watching, crank up the big screen TV, get you some popcorn, a cold beverage, sit back and relax. We are on the verge of history here at Mattoon High School. Justin Tierney has joined me. Justin, you told me earlier you covered, 400, 500, 600, 700, and 800 wins for Neil Alexander, and you got 900 tonight.
I think I missed 500. I think I was there. I was looking at all this week. That was in 06, which I would have been a student at Lincoln College, and I still went to most of the games, so I probably was there. But I definitely know 400 happened when I was in high school. That was 2002. I think 600, I was a reporter at the Courier. 700, I wasn't there, but I was watching. I remember it very well. And then 800, and cross our fingers, 900, I'll have been in the house for. So
he was just voted as, I think, one of the 30 most impactful people in high school basketball or high school sports in IHSA history. And I think that's well deserved from that aspect. You know, do you suppose he'll do something strange tonight and maybe start out in man-to-man?
Yeah. No, I fully expect to see 1-2-2, and I fully expect to see a large Diet Coke in his hand within 30 seconds of the game ending, assuming it's a victory.
Well, he's only been coming up here with a can. He hasn't had a large foam cup like that one of a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So he must not be finding a place to stop and grab him.
One of my favorite kind of funny stories about Coach Al is, hearing from former players about Mountain Dew practices. And, when he really wanted to get revved up for a practice, he would break away from the Diet Coke and have Mountain Dew instead. And I remember Matt Schick specifically living in fear of Mountain Dew practices. So, but hopefully it's just a nice, easy Mountain or Diet Coke type of night, and that's what we're all looking forward to. But Mattoon, it'll be interesting. They always play us tough here. They've got a good crowd here. They've got a great student section. They usually do. It's a great environment for a game. So we'll see what we get tonight.
Coach has said we struggle sometimes with big, strong, aggressive centers underneath the basket, and that could be the case tonight with Sam Bradbury. Folks, let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 30-second word from one of our sponsors and the opening for Lincoln Railer basketball. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups.
For tonight's varsity college country. Commanding Cadet Trendon Campbell, Cadet Alicia Reilly, and Cadet Jacob Durbin. Tonight's anthem will be sung by MHS freshman Rose Brazel.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
Hopefully you can hear that in the background. One of the Mattoon students rocking the gym with the national anthem tonight. A great crowd here from Mattoon and a great crowd from Lincoln. Hopefully our cameraman Lloyd Kirby will get some shots. This great crowd that's made it way down from Lincoln on Route 121, braving the weather. And there goes the color guard.
I can see some, I believe some of Coach Alexander's extended family here made the trip from Nokomis.
Yes, they did. In fact, Scott Kirby, the voice of the Rail Splitters, is here tonight. They're on their way to Louisville to watch Bryson play, and they've stopped in. We tried to get Scott to come over and call the basketball game, or at least part of it, and he said no. He was going to go sit and enjoy this night. I'm going to turn it over right now to my broadcast partner, Justin Tierney, and Justin's going to give you the starting lineups as they're introduced.
The Railers of Lincoln
All right.
High School. Railers coming into tonight's game with a record of 17-4, 5-0 in the Apollo Conference.
Mattoon, I don't know if they go 1 for 1 here or if they're going to go all 5 Lincoln's guys.
We're at number 2, Aiden Gowan.
All right, number 2 for Lincoln, Aiden Gowan. Aiden Gowan.
Raiders in the red uniforms, numerals in green, trimmed in white.
Hollis.
Number 5, the senior, Elijah Hollis.
Starting at forward, a 6'5 junior. We're at number 22, Tyler.
Number 22, Tyler Saucy.
Starting at forward, a 6'2 junior. Number 24, Jake Biven.
Number 24, Jake Biven. And that leaves 6'6
Starting at forward,
center,
6'5 junior.
Peyton
Number
Cook.
34, Peyton.
Jake Biven has started to kind of get his mojo back lately, Justin, with getting back to driving to the basket and getting those layups we're accustomed to.
All right, we'll see who we've got from Mattoon. Mattoon coached by Ryan Gear, I want to say 5th or 6th year as a coach. And as many of the other Apollo Conference schools have done, they've turned the lights out. That's one thing that's been kind of funny to see, as that tradition from Lincoln spread throughout their conference.
Mattoon, Greenway.
All right.
Starting at guard, a 6'2 senior wearing number 1, Cooper Bergstrom.
Number 1, Cooper Bergstrom.
That's a familiar name from the past.
Forward, a 6'5 senior wearing number 10, Jalen Middleton.
Number 10, Jalen Middleton.
Starting at guard, a 5'10 junior. He wears number 11, Blaine Powers.
Number 11, Blaine Powers.
Starting at forward, a 6'1 junior. Number 20, Christian Larson.
Number 20, Christian Larson.
And at center, a 6'8 senior wearing number 32, Sam Bradbury.
And the big man, 32, Sam Bradbury.
They list him at Justin's at 6'8", 257 pounds. He's every bit of that. He is a big, big man.
Yeah, he's a large, just one of those guys, you walk into the gym and he catches your eye immediately. You can't miss him.
Mattoon 12-10 on the year, 3-4 in the Apollo Conference. Lincoln, of course, 17-4, 5-0 in the Apollo Conference. Justin, a win here tonight would go a long way to wrapping up an Apollo Conference title for the Rail Splitters.
Oh, it sure would. And, you know, we've always, we've been pretty dominant and consistent in this conference, but I don't know that we've run the table.
I don't think so,
In
no.
the years that we've been in the league, I don't know that we've run the table. As you said, Mattoon beat us down here before. That probably gives them a lot of confidence going into the game.
Chicago Street Rentals, the sponsor of the opening tip. Opening tip up, and Bradbury bats it into the backcourt. Mattoon moving from right to left as you look at your radio dial. Bergstrom goes in the corner to Larson. Larson back out Bergstrom. Larson faked the three, almost took it there. Bergstrom to Powers, now to Bergstrom. They work the perimeter on the Lincoln defense. Polis and Gowan hounding him out front, as is Jake Biven. In the corner, Middleton, they're looking inside for Bradbury. There's Middleton. Out front, there's Bergstrom, long three, no, missed by Larson. Larson and Middleton grabbed the air ball rebound. Middleton thinking about shooting it out of the corner. Justin, those air ball rebounds are awful hard to anticipate.
Sure are, yeah. Lincoln very active right now defensively. You can tell we're ready to play.
Mattoon being very patient. Powers out front, Bergstrom. Inside Bradbury. Bradbury pushed in the back by Saucy, and he's going to get nailed for the foul.
And he just, Bradbury, good job of getting position there. And, Saucy just did everything he could. But a kid like that, there's just nothing you can do.
Tyler Saucy listed at 6'5", I think 205, and he's given up probably a good 50 pounds to to Sam Bradbury. Not much you can do. Mattoon spreads the floor just a little bit. Lincoln working their defense out front.
They are really trying to get it into Bradbury. There, you can tell They're trying to get that entry from the wing and see if they can get him. Just what they just tried to do is what they want to do.
Bergstrom going to launch a three again over Peyton Cook. No good. Rebound, Elijah Polis. And now Lincoln will run their offense. 6:44 to go here in the first quarter. No score if you just joined us. Lincoln in the red road uniforms, numerals trimmed in green. Running their motion offense against the Mattoon man-to-man.
You can see all three Lincoln assistants. Just the only guy on his keister is Farmer and Rademacher.
Long three by Aiden Gowan, no good. Ball loose on the floor, and Saucy chases it down.
Lincoln coaches wanted something there. I don't know if they got what they wanted or not.
Out front, Saucy. Saucy now Lincoln in the motion. There's Polis, three on the way. Up and got it. Elijah Polis, Chris Coyne, State Farm three, and that opens the scoring for Lincoln, up 3-0.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a miscommunication there on the defense or something, because Elijah got that wide open and canned it.
Out front, Bergstrom the long three, short. Rebound, Saucy pulls it down, and Saucy, good job of clearing out.
I still don't think they exactly have their matchups right on the Mattoon defense. They're not sure who's guarding who, it doesn't look like.
Polis, Bivin going to spin down the lane, gets it to Cook. Cookie a three, up, in and out, no good.
Good look.
Bivin, the nice tip out. Good tip out by Jake Bivin. Cook holds it down, Saucy, Gowan, Saucy, Polis, Cook, and Bergstrom stopped him, and are they going to call a jump ball? Yep. Probably a pretty good call.
Yeah, that was the right call. Peyton dribbled just a little high, and the Mattoon kid just went in, grabbed it, got a good grip on it. Official correctly went with the jump ball and goes back to Lincoln.
Alternating possession. We have Lincoln has the basketball in the backcourt. Polis. Sal Polis, one of our streaming live video sponsors, along with Town and Country Bank and Me Realty. Gowan in the corner. Bivin looks out front. Polis, Cook, Saucy. Lincoln works it around the perimeter. Polis, the basketball. Back out front, Bivin, Cook, Polis. Lincoln looking, probably looking for a back cutter here at some point. And let's see what we get here.
This is one of our set plays here.
There's Bivin. Bivin goes down the lane, going to drive down the lane, got hacked by Bergstrom, and ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball.
Yeah, they ran a clear out set there for Jake, and he took it to the rim, did what he's supposed to do, and just kind of just couldn't quite get a grip on it.
Polis inbounds, looks, out to Bivin, Gowan. Take the three, left wing, up, no good. Rebound, Middleton hauls it down for Mattoon. Bergstrom quickly the other way against the Lincoln defense. And now Lincoln gets back quickly on defense, cuts him off. Out front, Mattoon working out at the volleyball line with their offense. Really stretched out into the game.
Near the level of Bradbury.
Bergstrom a three out front, and he got it and ties the basketball game.
Man right in his face. I can remember Bergstrom's older brother was a whale of a player, and looks like they can probably play some horse in that household. That was a great shot.
Paulus out front between the circles. Now Lincoln looked just a little confused as to what to run on offense. Gowan the pop out. Gowan looks at the top of the circle. Looking, goes right wing, Bivin. Or Saucy. Saucy back out front, Bivin. Paulus. Cook. Oh, back out front, Bivin. Bivin down the lane, got knocked in. I think he's going to draw the foul on Middleton.
It's interesting. We've seen Peyton Cook out on the perimeter a lot tonight, more than I've seen in the handling the ball out there a little bit. I wonder if Coach Alexander thinks he's got some advantages with him off the dribble.
And we have an official's timeout here at Mattoon. Let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 30-second word from one of our fine sponsors. You're listening to Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Mattoon High School would like to thank the following sponsors of this year's clash at Eastern Illinois University. Title sponsor, First Mid Bank and Trust. Corporate sponsors, Sarah Bush Lincoln Hospital and Wilson Auto. And team sponsors, Depot's Auto and Casey Summers Auto.
Back at Mattoon High School, Jay Harden, Justin Tierney alongside. Game tied at 3-3. A three by Bergstrom, a three by Polis, and that's the scoring so far. But it hasn't been a game without action, Justin.
No, up and down, back and forth. Lincoln looks ready to play on defense, and they're really kind of engaged on that end. The offense has looked a little off kilter. It'd be nice to see us get into a little bit of a rhythm here. Well, hopefully Jake knocks in these free throws and that gets us going a little bit.
We haven't had many opportunities this year at the free throw line. We've struggled at times when we have had opportunities. Biven at the free throw line. The junior, first one up and got it.
I just have to laugh at this Mattoon student section. It must be they're barking at Jake, I think, while he's shooting free throws, which is interesting. But they're all really dressed up, except for one kid who's in the Chris Farley sketch of the, I can't remember what they're called, but he's just wearing nothing but a bow tie and suspenders.
The Chippendales.
The Chippendales sketch. He's got the Chris Farley Chippendale sketch. But Whalers up 5-3. Well, I digress.
Bergstrom went in the corner. Larson back out front. Powers. There's Larson in the corner going to drive baseline on Cookie. Got trapped in the corner. Good defense by Lincoln. Polis steals it away.
Yeah, great trap. Both hit him hard and took it away. Great trap by the defense.
Now Lincoln going to a box one and box set. Now going to a 1-4 set. Cook on the baseline. Gowan inside Polis. Outside Cook. Three on the way. Got it. Peyton Cook launches a Chris Coyne State Farm three, and he nails it. It's 8-3 Lincoln. That's an element of his game, Justin, we're starting to see emerge.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking during the break. He's just kind of floating out the perimeter. It surprised me, but now I see why. I mean, he's going to knock that shot down. We'll take him out there all night.
He knocked a surprising one the other night against Rock Island. Josh and I about fell out of the stands.
It looks good.
It does.
It looks good. It's pure. It doesn't look like an awkward shot at all. So I say let him keep doing it, and let's see if teams can defend.
Oh, Gowan just picked Middleton's pocket. 2-on-2. Gowan up for the layup. Didn't get it, and we'll go to free throws.
I'm going to quote one of my favorite broadcasters, Bobby Reverber, and say lightning in a bottle for Aiden Gowan there. I can remember Bobby V saying lightning in a bottle for Sean Bunch and some other great railers with speed, and man, he just took off.
If you think Gowan's got afterburners, you haven't seen Keon Carson yet. Trust me. I mean, that kid will kick in the afterburners and beat anybody down the floor.
Yeah, just ripped it away from him and just took off, and the Mattoon kids had no choice but to foul there.
Gowan missed the first of two free throws, gets the second one, 9-3, the Lincoln lead. Oh, and Gowan tried to pick Powers' pocket in the backcourt, got nailed for the foul. That's going to bring Cam Nelson into the basketball game for Lincoln. Cam in, Aiden Gowan going to sit down, so that'll put Cam at the point on the defense.
Ball out of bounds for Mattoon.
Justin, this is kind of something we really haven't seen in a long time from Lincoln, the quickness and the length we have out front for our defenders. I mean, you got 6'2", 6'3", Aiden Gowan, 5'11". Cam Nelson comes in, he's 6 foot, but we got length out there and we got quickness.
Yeah, and even in the back, too. I mean, Saucy and Cook are both long and strong in the back.
Oh, did you see that? Jake Biven came out of nowhere and blocked Powers' three.
Swatted that. Put that in the usher for Mattoon. Had to duck out of the way. That ball was flying out of bounds so fast.
2:06 to go in the quarter, folks. We've got a bad angle here for the scoreboard, both of them, actually. They get it into Larson. He nearly goes into the backcourt. Larson, Powers, posting Bergstrom at the free throw line, posting Grace down on the block. Bergstrom tries to go baseline. He got trapped again, and he's got to bounce it off Cook's leg. And Coach Allen, Coach Gregg up applauding the defense.
And I'm looking at Coach Gear down there, and he's got his head in his hands like, stay out of the corner. That's one of those things in the preparation for Lincoln. He said probably 5 times in practice this week, and back-to-back possessions almost, they've gotten trapped in the corner.
The 1-2-2 lives on traps in the corners and actually traps out at the half-court line.
Absolutely. But Railers really got some pep in their step on defense. They're ready to play for sure. I'm wanting to get this 900 for Coach Al. I'm absolutely positive of that.
Bergstrom to Grace, and knocked away by Polis. Great defense again by Lincoln.
Yeah, great energy even on the bench. You can hear him when they're in our corner on our bench. Our guys are clapping their hands and making some noise, and really, it's everybody's engaged right now for the Railers.
Bergstrom gets it into Bradbury back in the basketball game. Goes to Bergstrom.
Nearly got trapped tapped again.
Bergstrom to Larson, now to Powers. You wonder if they're going to try and go inside Bradbury. Now let's see what they do. Bergstrom out to Larson. Bradbury posted up, and Peyton Cook with great defense. A great deflection by Peyton Cook. It'll stay Mattoon basketball.
I'm not doing a great job with the stats tonight, Jay. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Points and free throws.
The steals and the blocks have got to be really good for this first quarter. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. They are really, between the block shots and the steals, Lincoln piling it up on the defensive side of the numbers.
JT, if you just get points, we'll be happy. We don't expect you to keep it all.
I like to talk too much. Anybody who knows me knows that. So
Bergstrom goes inside Bradbury, and Bradbury knocked Hayes to the floor. Drew Hayes gets up.
Hayes is tough as nails freshman, so he's back up, grabbing his neck a little bit, but he's staying in there. He's not motioning to come out.
Hayes into the game, gives Sassi a blow. Polis tried posting up inside, ball swatted away, and I think Polis is going to get nailed on a foul on Powers.
Yeah, Hayes took a shot there. He's still grabbing his neck, grimacing a little bit, and I think Coach Al's going to get him out here, get into the trainer, make sure he's all good. Sassi's checking back in for the Railers.
Bradbury just kind of reached one of his big arms out and shoved him out of the way.
Yeah, that's a rather large elbow he just took.
Yeah. And knocked away by Cammy Nelson, and ball on the floor. Bivin picks it up. Good deflection by Cam Nelson.
Another steal, and just a heads-up play there by Nelson. It looked like the play was kind of, behind him, and he just reached out and tapped it, and Railers back on offense.
Polis. Lincoln probably going to hold for the last shot of the quarter. Sassi out front. Just about 30 seconds to go here.
And again, Mattoon, you can tell their man-to-man it's not perfect. They keep leaving the guy, Paulus. He's got the ball, and the guys are backing away. They don't have it quite matched up.
Paulus, the basketball, out front, waiting. Mattoon letting him stand out there. Goes to Bivin. Bivin, Sassi.
This is going to be a
look
three
for the cutter.
Peyton.
There it is. Oh, Cook almost went up for the three, lost the basketball on the dribble. Here comes Mattoon on the run. Out front, Larson, long three from the volleyball line. Doesn't get it. Rebound, Sassi. And that'll end the quarter with Lincoln up 9-3 after one. You're listening to Railer Basketball on WLCN-FM. Let's send it back to the station for a 30-second word from one of our fine sponsors. In this Key Apollo Conference contest here at Mattoon. Justin, we talked about a little bit of a surprise. They ran that set for Peyton. Ordinarily it goes to Cam Nelson in the corner.
Yeah. They've run that special three a lot. That's one of Coach Alexander's just staples of his offense is a special three. It's a fake backdoor, and then they spring him out into the corner for a three. And that time they ran, I think, special five, which was the same play to the other side, but Peyton Cook taking the three. So great to see that confidence. That they've gotten Peyton shooting the ball. It was a great night for Peyton to be out on the perimeter and force Bradbury out of the lane. That's going to open up all kinds of other things for other people.
And Peyton had the right idea, gave the ball fake, got around, started to go around his guy and just lost the basketball. I think if he'd gotten around, he might have had about a 15-footer.
Yep.
Mattoon out front, Bergstrom goes in the corner. Wetzel now in the game. Andrew Wetzel, sophomore in the game. Inside Middleton, lays it up and good.
Good play there by Middleton. Two Railers there to contest, and he just went up strong and finished.
Jalen Pendleton makes it 9-5, 7:40 to go here in quarter number two. Cookie, the basketball in front of the Mattoon student section, goes Bivin. Drives, corner Nelson. Nelson the three, in and out, no good. Ball batted around, and Cook comes out of there with it. Ball batted around. He kicks it out, Sassi. Here comes Sassi. Sassi in the corner, Cook. Cook launches the three, up and no good, short. Cook is going to get his own rebound. Cook back out front, Polis. Back out front, Sassi. Good hustle by the Railers and way to keep the basketball alive.
Yeah, 2 offensive rebounds in this possession so far for Peyton Cook.
Bivin going to drive in the lane, lays it up, didn't get the layup, went up strong, but got the foul.
Always love to see that, and, just fearless take to the rim, and we've got some shooters, and it always helps and opens things up for others when we've got Jake Bivin in there attacking the basket.
At 6'2", and I think he's about 170, 180, Justin, he's a guy that can get to the rack and finish. He's got that strength. Cammie Nelson back out of the basketball game. Aiden Gowan back in for Lincoln. Biven missed the first of 2 free throws, so struggling again a little bit from the free throw line tonight are the Rail Splitters. Second one for Biven. Up and got it. And that'll make it 10-5, the Lincoln lead. 7:05 to go here in quarter number 1. Mattoon still working in the backcourt, still in the backcourt. There's Larson, he's still in the backcourt. Finally, and batted away by Polis. Bergstrom chased it down. Out front, Middleton. Bergstrom, Middleton. In the corner to Wetzel. Wetzel, the long 3, up, no good. Polis goes up for the rebound and grabs it.
And so far, the Railers really doing a good job controlling the boards. We talked about it in the pregame, Jay, just keeping Bradbury off the boards. Railers doing a great job of that so far tonight.
Sassi, Gowan, Biven. Biven looked again to go down the lane, kicks it out Sassi, now to Cookie.
They've got a mismatch now with Peyton. He's got a smaller kid on him.
Polis. Cook in the corner. Didn't take it. Biven will take the 3 out of the wing. Good! A Chris Coyne State Farm 3 for Jake Biven. And it is 13-5, the Lincoln lead.
Nothing but the bottom of the net there. That was a swish. Great look. Great find. Good offense from the Railers.
Mattoon in a little bit of trouble. Now gets it across the timeline. Bergstrom out front, Middleton. Out front, Bergstrom. The long 3 from Bergstrom. Short. Rebound on the floor. And Lincoln's going to pick it up, Biven.
I will live with that shot. If we can hold them to that kind of shot every possession, it's a deep 3, just clear out for the rebounds, we're going to be in good shape.
Cook going to drive on Bradbury, got bumped, a good idea. Long 3 by Gowan, up and good, a Chris Coyne State Farm 3 from 23 feet by Aiden Gowan. It is 16-5.
He shot that from Sullivan, Jay. I mean, man, that was a bomb.
Bergstrom, the hop step down the lane, kicks it out Wetzel. Wetzel on the shot on the way, and I think that was a 2, it was. Wetzel nails the 2, it's 16-7, the Lincoln lead.
I'm still shaking my head about that Aiden Gowan 3. He kind of paused and shook his head a little bit like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to let this go, and drilled it.
Biven, the nice aggressive move, ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball. Justin, we had looked at the statistics earlier this year. A strange occurrence for this Rail Splitter basketball team. We were out rebounding our opponents by 50 at one point this year.
Yeah, you just don't see that too often for Lincoln.
No.
It's never been a strength, and that's, the 1-2-2 comes with many benefits, but, rebounding out of a zone is one of the more challenging parts of it. But it's great to see this team rebound the way they are.
We rarely had teams with the size and strength to out-rebound people.
Yeah. Well, Peyton Cook is
Polis in the
quick off the floor.
And now
great rebound.
Mattoon's gone to a 2-3 zone when they're posting Cook at the free throw line. Cook kicks it out Gowan. Gowan faked the 3. Nice pump fake. Goes Sassi. Sassi going the lane. 10-footer up. No good. Good idea by Sassi. Cook fights for the rebound, as does Biven. Mattoon comes out of there with it.
Yeah, interesting to see the chess match with them going to the 2-3. We'll see if they stay in it or not.
Mattoon still trying to get it across half court. Biven steals the basketball. There goes Biven. 2-on-1.
Nice
Polis
pass.
Right side. Up. No good. And Polis got fouled by Middleton.
Great pass. Great unselfish pass there by Jake Biven to dish it off to Elijah. Couldn't finish the basket, but did get fouled.
That's 2 on, I believe, Middleton. Elijah Polis, the 6'3", 195 senior, goes to the free throw line. Nails the first one. Probably our best free throw shooter so far this year is Elijah. Second one for Polis. Up and got it. Got them both 17-18. Actually 18-7, the Lincoln lead. Mattoon works in the backcourt. Middleton. Larson. Middleton. Cross-court Grace. Grace drives on Sassi baseline. Now he's got trapped. And Gowan batted the ball away. Another deflection for Lincoln. Justin, I don't know that I've seen this many times this year where our defense got their hands on this many basketballs.
And maybe it's just a little extra juice. The boys know what they're playing for tonight, and they're active, but I also think Mattoon is just repeatedly going into the corner, and they're paying a price for it.
Middleton and Bergstrom play catch out front around the circle. In the corner, Larson. Mattoon works around the perimeter. Wetzel will take a 3 out of the corner. Got it. Corner. Make it 18-10.
Yeah, that was great ball movement for Mattoon. You got to hand it to them there. They rotated well and found their open corner 3 and just knocked it down.
Cook, kick out Gowan. Out front, Polis. Biven. Biven going to take a 3, top of the key. In and out. Almost had it. It was down and came back out. Grace with the rebound for Mattoon.
That was a tough shot there. It was just a kind of a one dribble shot situation, pulled up from quite a far away, and we'll hope Lincoln can get back in a rhythm here on offense.
3:26 to go here in the first half. Middleton. And the long three by Larson, front of the iron, no good. Cook, a good box out and a good rebound.
He gets so high up on those rebounds. Great board by Peyton. He's having a really good ball game tonight.
Polis pushed the basketball, got it in the corner. Gowan faked a shot, kicks it back out. Lincoln resets the offense. Saucy in the corner, Biven looking to drive, got trapped a little bit. Back out front, Polis going to stop at the three-point line and take it up. No good. Cook kept it alive, got the rebound and got knocked out of bounds.
And Mattoon back to the man now. So they're kind of rotating defenses.
We have a Top Hat Creamery timeout here at Mattoon. We'll give us a chance to tell you about some of our fine billboard sponsors. Mike Moskey Auction Service, phone 217-519-3959 or go to moskeyauction.com. Top Hat Creamery, they sponsor all of our timeouts. Hey, Justin, what time is a good time for ice cream? Anytime.
Anytime, for sure.
Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Worth & Associates Realtors, honest caring realtors serving Logan County since 1974. Call 217-735-3411 or go online to worthrealtors.com. Sal Polis, financial advisor with Edward Jones. Call Sal at 217-732-4001. Town & Country Bank, a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer basketball. And, of course, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk in Lincoln. Hey, folks, we can connect the dots for you. You go to Me Realty, you'll probably get a great deal on buying a house. You can get it financed through Town & Country Bank, and with the money you save, you can invest it with Sal Polis at Edward Jones. How's that for connecting the dots?
You know what? That's well done. Well done. Interestingly, I'm looking at my box score here. We have not made a 2-point field goal yet. With 4 threes and 6 free throws.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Not uncommon for a Lincoln team, of course.
But uncommon kind of for this Lincoln team because it really doesn't have the shooters that we've had in the past.
Well, we've got threes from Elijah, Jake, Peyton, and Aiden tonight.
And we've gotten to the free throw line in the first quarter. That's kind of unusual, too. Yep. Middleton, the basketball thrown out front. That's a dangerous pass against the 1-2-2. Wetzel, nice fake on Cook, goes baseline, drives inside. Grace and Cam, I thought he got the block from behind, but they're going to call the body out there.
I think that's one of those where I think he got all ball, but it's just officials are not used to seeing a block with a guy from behind there, and I don't know. I'd be interested to see what his dad thought of that as an official.
Well, Dad's up there pretty calm right now. Yeah. So the first one for Grace is up and good. Cam Nelson, that was his first foul. Jake Biven on the bench, taking a little bit of a rest. Grace, the second one, up and no good. Good rebound by Tyler Saucy. Saucy hounded by Larson in the backcourt, all over him. And now Polis will have the basketball and bring it across the timeline. Lincoln running their sets. Inside, good cut inside to Cook. Cook going to muscle up. Nope, he kicks it out. Saucy, three on the way. Got it, Tyler Saucy, a big three. A Chris Coyne State Farm three for the 6'5 junior.
That's another Railer with another three. And we are just piling them up tonight.
Inside to Grace. Grace layup time. Didn't get the bunny. Saucy the rebound. That was a great look down on that end by Peyton Cook to kick it out to the open guy too, JT.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting to see us attack this Mattoon defense. It's just like they're going to leave us open. We're going to knock them down.
Polis down the lane, layup time coming, ball batted away. Not sure who got the block there, might have been Middleton. Here comes Bergstrom, layup time, got it. Nice move by Cooper Bergstrom to get the layup. 21-13, the Lincoln lead.
Yeah, finished between two Railers there. Good solid take by Bergstrom.
Cook, Gowan, Polis, Cook posted up on Grace. Cook with a little bit of size advantage. Grace with the weight advantage.
Yeah.
In the corner, Saucy, Polis, Gowan, Saucy, Cookie, Cook, back out Gowan, Polis.
Yeah, we're going to reset here, and you can see he's calling special three here. This is going to be a backdoor, I bet, for Nelson.
There's Cook. Cook to Saucy, the free throw line. Looking for Nelson. Ball batted away, and I think the foul's going to go against Cooper Bergstrom.
Yeah, just got fouled there. It's going to be the play for Camden, and Saucy just got hammered.
Might not have been a bad foul either because it broke up the set, and Nelson looked like he might have had a clear shot in the corner if he got the ball.
Yeah, he was going to get it. And,
there we run it again, so here we go. Screen by Cook. Nelson got out there, and Larson followed him, so broken play. Now out front, Saucy. Again, 30 seconds to go here in the half. Lincoln may play just for the last shot here, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Gowan's
Coach
going to hold
Alexander
out front.
just asked his assistants for the call.
Polis.
43. This is probably a 3 for Saucy.
In the corner, Gowan, or right wing, Gowan. Gowan back out front, Polis.
They're going to reset it. Oh, boy.
And it looks like Mattoon may have gone to his zone.
They did.
Polis kicks it out. Saucy, 3 on the way.
Got it up.
And
It's
got
good.
it. A Chris Coyne State Farm 3. And 18 at half. And this team is fired up as they leave the floor. Let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout, and we will come back with the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show.
For the Railers, I think the signature shot of the first half for me is the Aiden Gowan 3 from the volleyball line. It's just like, you see the name on our chest, it says Lincoln, we can all shoot, and Mattoon struggling with that. You can tell they're mixing defenses. One of my favorite Coach Alexander quotes is, I asked him once, why do you only play the 1-2-2? And he said, you only need one. You only need one defense and play it well. And, Mattoon's playing multiple ones, and, it's neither of them are working so far. are. And I'll also say this: we are dominating the boards. We are not allowing Mattoon to get second chance opportunities, and I think that's really paying dividends for us as well.
I can only think of maybe a couple times they've actually gotten the ball inside to Bradbury, and one time was where Saucy had no choice but really to kind of push him in the back and foul him, but Bradbury really hasn't done much this game.
Yeah, you can see the Mattoon game plan is to make us rotate and then pin down on the backside back, and they're trying to do that, but I mean, the challenge with that is if you're going to have a post entry against us and we're going to be aggressive on the wings, you better get it in there quick. And so Lincoln doing a great job trapping, closing out aggressively, and really forcing them to take contested threes. They've made a couple, but we'll live with that.
Would you expect to see maybe Ryan Gear, he showed us the zone briefly in the first half, but went back to his man-to-man. I almost wonder if he might not go to the zone a little bit more the second half.
It's pick your poison. You can either, play your man-to-man, and you have to play it well, and we're going to run sets against you. You have to defend the sets, or you can go to against zone against the Lincoln team that sees that in practice every single day and has a foundational understanding of zone concepts. Lincoln's going to attack a zone really well, obviously, too. So, it's always been that way against the Neil Alexander team. Is you're going to play us that anything they do, we have an answer for.
Well, it's 24-13 here at halftime. A couple of performances by some members of the Mattoon dance team out here on the floor. Big crowd. Tell you what, their student section, boy, they're an active student section, aren't they?
They sure are. And I got to give a shout out to the young lady who sang the national anthem tonight. As a sports writer, man, I sat through a lot of national anthems, and they said that young lady was a freshman, and she knocked it out of the park.
She did.
Great atmosphere. Great atmosphere tonight.
She did. There's a buzz in this. There's a buzz in the gym tonight. You can feel it. And folks, I'm telling you, I know Lloyd's got some shots of him. There is a large Lincoln contingent here tonight. Probably the largest Lincoln fan contingent here in Mattoon, probably since the 2014 team played in the sectional down here, Justin.
Yeah, there's a good crowd. A lot of people making that trip. We hope everybody travels back safely. We know the weather's, a little frosty, but it's great to see so many regular fans here. And we just had a nice little conversation with Max Postgame, my fellow Coles County transplant down here as a rail splitter. So it's a good night.
The Lincoln lead, give you an idea, we've got some upcoming broadcasts here on WLCN. We'll be on the road again. I'm still waiting for Lloyd and I are waiting for the WLCN helicopter that we can take to games. And Jim's working the board tonight, so I'm sure Jim will have one for us tomorrow, right? Yeah. Tomorrow night we're at Decatur Eisenhower in Eisenhower's Gymnasium for a road game against the Panthers of Decatur Eisenhower. I believe that one starts at 6:30 tomorrow night. That's an early start. Then Monday night, we've got to be back down here, and you have a shorter drive than the rest of us, you dog.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute drive for me, and I live in Charleston. So, it's a heck of a drive on a Monday night. But, Coach Al, he's got the boys traveling in style. I saw the Peoria Charter out front tonight, so I assume he's got that booked for Monday night as well.
So we've got to make the climb at Effingham's High School, play the Hearts. That's a 7 o'clock start, make the climb of death up to the press box that we operate out of in Effingham. Yeah. And that'll be the boys' broadcast. And then we got a girls' broadcast Tuesday night, I believe, at home against Mount Zion. And the girls won last night at Taylorville without Chloe Froby in the basketball game. They won a key Apollo Conference matchup, and they go to 18-6. Right now, the boys 17-4. Justin, it's been a long time since we've had both the boys and girls basketball programs this strong at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I've been following the girls a little bit. I saw they won their Christmas tournament, and they've had these great games against Mattoon, the girls program. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting March for any Lincoln High School basketball team this year.
Well, that's going to be it for the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. We will be back in a minute and 30 seconds with the start of the second half. You're listening to Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Lincoln up 24-13 as we get set to start quarter number 3. If we had a second half tip-off, Chicago Street Rentals would be the sponsor of the second half tip, sponsor our opening tip, and Lincoln will have the basketball to start the second half. Justin, starters back on the floor for both teams, it looks like.
Yep, sure does. And Lincoln entering the second half with some momentum after that.
Yep, and
Tyler Saucy buzzer beater.
And Mattoon shows us his own. There's a lob to Cook. Oh, almost a dunk, and Cook couldn't get the layup down.
Yeah.
I think he may have jumped just a second too early. And ball thrown away by Mattoon. Unforced error in the backcourt.
Yeah, they were still thinking about that lob too, and that was one of those lobs where it was almost like a shot, and I know that's how we run it sometimes, but I think Peyton had to kind of catch it in a little bit awkward way and couldn't quite put it down. We'll see if he can get another one here later in the half.
Mattoon showing us the 2-3 zone, sometimes almost a 1-1-3 zone. Polis, nice thought about baseline. Middleton stepped in, stole the basketball away, and here comes Mattoon the other way against the Lincoln defense.
Middleton, long, lanky athlete. He looks like he's got some guard skills. It'll be interesting to watch him develop. I think he's only a sophomore.
Middleton across to Bergstrom. They go inside Bradbury. He got a clean catch inside. Layup time, good.
Yeah, Bradbury with his first basket of the night. We've held him to that point, but you can see the damage he can do when he gets it in his spot.
Got behind Peyton Cook, and the other side defender was not able to get over in time. Saucy, baseline Cook. Cook back out front. Saucy against the Mattoon zone. Out front Polis. Polis, Gowan inside Bivin. Bivin turns against Bradbury, gets bumped. Saucy, 3 on the way. Up. No good. Back of the iron. Bivin goes up. Nice tap out, but unfortunately Larson was there to pick it up.
Yeah.
Powers quickly ahead to Bergstrom. Here comes Mattoon in a hurry. Bergstrom, layup time. Got it.
This might be a timeout here.
And Coach Al comes up off the bench, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here.
Yeah.
And
you could sense that coming, that it was a loose ball that Lincoln didn't exactly go after, and then gave up a layup on the other end, and just like that, you got a timeout. There's been 899 wins, and those of us who've seen a lot were able to anticipate that timeout there.
Yeah, this is a good old-fashioned talking to because there's no clipboard out there right now. Well, there is, but it's not. Coach Farmer's got the clipboard, and I don't think they're showing much of the X's and O's to the kids right now.
Yeah, just a little lackadaisical there on a loose ball and turn it into a layup. I'm sure we'll see some of that energy we saw in the first half on defense coming out of this timeout.
And JT, we saw a little bit of this up at Normal West when we got up 12-0 at flat.
Yeah, Mattoon's cut it to 7. You don't want to see it get to a single possession ball game. So we'll see if the Railers can get something going here.
And Mattoon shows us our own press with a 1-2-2. Lincoln across the timeline. Polis out front. Gowan, Polis. Polis going to drive in, kick out Saucy. Corner Cookie. Cook thought about driving, back out Saucy. Now Polis. Bivin free throw line up and good. Oh yes, and it dropped in.
That's exactly what you're looking for against that zone. Is that, of course, that top of the key. Jake flashed beautifully there, turn around, hit a nice easy jump shot. That'll take him out of that zone real quick. That's our first 2 of the night.
Middleton. Powers now out front. Bergstrom. Powers. Larson thought about loading up the 3. Kicks it back Powers. Bergstrom in the corner Middleton. They go into Bradbury, and Saucy's going to get nailed again for pushing him in the back.
Might be 3 on him. Let's see if I can catch it on the board here. I know it's at least number 2. It's 2.
It's 2.
But
into Powers. Powers corner to Larson, back out front Powers. Bergstrom to Powers. Flashing Larson free throw line. Mattoon has struggling right now to do something with the basketball. They're being patient, but not seeing a whole lot of openings.
Yeah, they want to cut this, keep this in that 5 to 7 range is what they're really trying to do. Keep it in a 2-possession, 3-possession game.
Powers, Bergstrom to Powers. There's Larson against Cook. Spun around him baseline. Cook, I think, nailed him on the foul, and I think it's going to be on a 2. Yep.
Yeah, Larson there, you could tell he's been calling for the ball. I think he's a shooter, and he hasn't gotten many looks, and he got that one, and it was going up. And did a nice little ball fake and got Peyton in the air and threw the foul. Let's see if he can knock down these free throws. That'll cut it to 7-point game.
Larson, first one from the free throw line. Up and good.
Actually, no, Larson's mom. She's a faculty member at Eastern. Very nice lady. So
26-18, Lincoln up 8 with 5:16 to go here in quarter number 3. Second one by Larson, up and good. And again, folks, we've got kind of a bad angle here for the scoreboard with the players' names on it and the other scoreboard. It's blocked off by a basket.
It's, I think, 26-19 is what we got. Lincoln ahead.
You're right. 26-19. Lincoln up 7. Gowan back out front. Polis.
See if we can flash the middle again. There's Jake. Flash middle. Nope. There it is.
There's Jake looking for Cook in behind the defense. Jake kicked it back out. Gowan. Jake back out. Gowan. Into Jake again. Jake looking. Goes baseline. Cook.
Nice
Good
pass.
Into Cook, and Cook to lay up. 28-19, the Lincoln lead.
Yeah, Jake's very comfortable in there and just knew right what to do. Great play. Just, again, top of the key is really a soft spot in this 2-3 zone, the way they're playing it, because they're extending their guards out on our perimeter, and they're just leaving the lane, the top part of the lane, wide open.
Bergstrom and Powers play catch with it out front. They go to Middleton. Middleton drives on Cook, goes baseline, right back out. JT, we're seeing, I think, a little more energy from the Lincoln defense after that timeout.
Yes.
And Polis got his hands on the ball, so did Gowan.
Ooh.
Oh, and Bergstrom put the shoulder to Gowan.
Could have been a charge there.
Powers goes inside Bradbury, and he just muscles over Peyton Cook. Peyton Cook giving up probably a good 60, 70 pounds to Bradbury.
Shades of Kofi Coburn or Shaquille O'Neal.
Like getting run into by the Empire State Building.
Yeah, with Sam Bradbury down there. Just, you do not want him touching it within 3 feet of the basket.
Polis out front. They're flashing Biven again to the free throw line, and now Mattoon's making a conscious effort to make sure they're aware he's there. Cook drives, goes out front. Polis, Gowan. Gowan going to launch another long three. Up short. Rebound. Sassi batted away, and Sassi may get nailed for the foul. I think he got into Bradbury.
Yeah, Aiden there, he made that one in the first half, and I know he's a confident shooter. Not sure that was the right look on that one. We'll hope to run a little offense, get a little better look here in additional possessions.
We have an official's timeout on the floor. Let's send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout from one of our sponsors. (28-21) over the Green Wave here at Mattoon. 3:33 to go here in the third quarter? Yeah. So we got a bad angle here, and thought that was it was the mass timeout because the Mattoon kids sat down, but the Lincoln kids never sat down during the timeout.
No, we're trying to send a message, intimidate them. We don't need to sit down.
There you go.
We're from Lincoln.
Cammie Nelson in the basketball game for Tyler Sassi. Tyler going to have to take a seat with 3 fouls. Drew Hayes had been in the basketball game earlier, got an elbow from Bradbury. I think twisted his neck. He's not been back in, but he appears to be okay. And now Lincoln ramps up the pressure a little bit in the backcourt. So let's see if Lincoln can cause the turnover. Nope. Bergstrom quickly down the lane against Cook. Layup time. Got it.
And that's, honestly, Jay, that's what I was more expecting from Mattoon. In the past, they played really fast. And that time, they got it across half court, and they just kept going. There's no reset. Let's let Lincoln get into their 1-2-2 half court. They had a 3-on-2, and they were like, we're going for it.
Polis and Nelson work the basketball out front near the volleyball line. Polis going to drive down the lane. Good kick to Biven. The kick back out. Nelson look to Cook in the corner out front. Nelson thought about loading up. There's Biven. Free throw line. Turnaround up. No good. Rebound Middleton quickly to Bergstrom. And now Mattoon on the run. Biven, good job on defense. He stopped the drive by Bergstrom.
Mattoon able to cut it to a single possession game here with a bucket. Lincoln ahead 28-23.
Grace into the game for Sam Bradbury. A little surprised they took him out at this moment. Out front, Bergstrom. Larson, he'll launch the three. Up and got it. Larson gets a three, and it's 28-26. Here comes the Green Wave.
Yep, their crowd's getting into it. It's getting a little hairy down here.
Polis across to Nelson to Polis. This zone has slowed us down.
Yep.
Hit baseline, Cook, layup time, got it, and he got fouled.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, we're executing correctly with getting Jake into the high post, and that's clearly how we're going to attack it. made a couple nice passes, hit a shot. We just got to convert. That's what it comes down to.
6'5" junior Peyton Cook heads to the free throw line. First one up, and it rattles home. 29-26, the Lincoln lead. 2:11 to go here in quarter number 3. Again, if you just joined us, Lincoln 17-4, 5-0 in the Apollo. Mattoon 12-10, 3-4 in the Apollo. Second one for the 6'5" junior, nothing but the bottom of the net, 29-26. 30-26, the Lincoln lead. Scoreboard a little bit behind.
Should be 31.
Yep. No, it's 30. It's 30. 30-26. Yep, 30-26.
Yep, 30-26. You're right.
Bergstrom out front. Powers. Bradbury back in the basketball game. Grace is in the basketball game too. That's going to give them two big, strong kids underneath. Grace now facing the basket. Out front, Powers. Larson knocked away by Polis. Polis and Bergstrom collided. No call.
Could have been a foul there for sure.
Grace is going to launch a three. Didn't get it. Rebound hits the top of the board.
That's hit the board.
Nelson hauls it down, and a foul's going to get called on Larson and Mattoon.
Mattoon got the kind of short end on two of those. Could have been a foul on Elijah, and they didn't call that. And then I guess the ball I thought it hit the top of the.
It did hit the top of the backboard, and I thought that should have been out of bounds. And so now they end up getting a foul called on them that they probably didn't want.
Yeah, I mean it would have been Lincoln's ball either way, but they pick up a foul.
Polis
could be costly down the stretch here if we end up in a game with free throws.
Div in the high post, Cookie the low post, out to Nelson. Nelly three on the way. Looked pretty good, didn't get it. And Bradbury just punching people out of the way or moving people out of the way. Gowan, the smallest guy on the floor, got the rebound, and there's a foul on somebody. And Bergstrom gets called with the foul. That is his second, I believe.
Let's see if they run Idaho here for Cam to get him a three in the corner. Nope.
Polis goes Nelson. Mattoon staying in the zone. Polis long three out front. No, a little bit short. Looked like it was a little bit flat too.
Yeah.
Rebound Mattoon, and they're got behind the Lincoln defense.
Yep.
There's Wetzel. Good job by the defense, though, to stop him, and Wetzel had to bring it back out. Wetzel to Larson.
You could see the adjustments by Mattoon at halftime as they're pushing tempo on us a little bit and to some success.
Under a minute to go. Will they hold for the last shot? I think if you were Gear, you might be happy to go in 4 down at the end of the quarter. Wetzel the long three, and he nails it.
That's a push shot and cuts it to 1, single digits, and I don't know if we've got a...
Cuts it to 1. What was the...
I don't understand what
it was either. Looked like maybe a warning?
Might have been a warning. I wonder if it's the student section coming onto the floor. The student section was pretty excited. I wonder if that was an administrative warning.
It could be. I don't know. Lincoln to basketball now.
Cuts it to 1. We got a ball game here, Jay.
Yep, 30 seconds to go. Nelson out front. Well, you knew it would be. Nelson, Gowan, Nelson, Polis. Nelson. Now to Polis.
Special three again. They're going to run special three again, trying to find something for Camden.
Mattoon student section comes to their feet.
You can run this against the zone.
Out front, Polis into Bivin. Gowan, three on the way. No good. Rebound, Bivin knocks it away. Gowan, another three, up and no good. Cook the rebound. Cook trying to go up, and he got fouled.
Yes. Ooh, and I think Peyton's got a bloody nose. Peyton's bleeding through his mask, I think. Or unless
I think you're correct.
I think
it sure looks like it.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. I think he's caught a Sam Bradbury elbow, and he's pulling that mask off. The officials haven't noticed it yet. But yeah, I think Peyton's bleeding. But man, this has been quite the action here in the third quarter.
Not much time on the clock.
0.9. Oh,
into Cook. Cook went up to get it and couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah.
And at the end of 3 quarters, it's Lincoln 30, Mattoon 29. Let's send it back to the station for a 1-minute timeout. barn burner right now going into the fourth quarter, JT. Lincoln up 30-29, and this Mattoon zone has really kind of stagnated us on offense.
It's been a wrinkle that they threw at us. They showed it a little bit in the first half, but they didn't really commit to it. And the other thing I'll say is, Lincoln shot it so well in the first half. Not shooting it so well here in the third quarter. So we've got to do it on the defensive end as well. We held them to 13 in the whole first half. Well, they scored 16 in the third quarter.
And they pushed the tempo a little bit more.
Yeah.
Lincoln ramping up the defense just a little bit more. Now they get it into the front court. Powers the basketball out front. Larson to Bergstrom. Bradbury.
Yeah.
You'd like a 3-second call. He's camping out in the lane a lot of times, but you're not going to see that anymore in the game. Bradbury in the lane posting. Biven trying to defend him.
Larson, he's a shooter.
Larson knocks the shot down, and Mattoon takes the lead. And 32-30.
And they're fired up. He was over talking to his buddies in the student section after that one. It's a hostile environment now.
Jaden Klopp in a basketball game for Lincoln as Peyton Cook had to take a seat. Peyton bleeding from the nose. Oh, nice try to pass, and Larson picked it off. Thought he had Klopp open on the baseline, and the ball intercepted by Larson. It's Mattoon basketball. 32-30, the Mattoon lead. 7:02 to go here in the basketball game. Larson goes inside Bradbury.
Doing everything he can to stop Bradbury.
Great
It's
block by Klopp.
It's a clean block, right?
Oh, and Neil Alexander is upset, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, bodying up. You've got a freshman, Drew Hayes, trying to body up against Shaquille O'Neal of the Apollo, Sam Bradbury, and he got some help from
Jaden Klopp came across to help out on defense, and it was a clean block.
Yeah,
and Bradbury misses the free throw.
Ball don't lie. That was not a foul on Jaden there. Just went up, blocked it clean, and I didn't see it at all. So
Saucy and Peyton Cook back in the basketball game for Lincoln as Nelson and Klopp sit down. Bradbury second one up, got it. And now Lincoln length of the floor to go against the Mattoon press.
Down 3. We got to find something here on offense that'll work. We've been trying to get, Jake Biven in the high post. We've had some success with it. We'll see what we got here.
And now you can see Mattoon's energy has ramped up.
Oh, yeah.
Saucy out front, Polis, Gowan. Mattoon staying in the zone. It's worked for him so far. Polis kick out Gowan. Gowan thought about loading it up. Now he's going to settle down. Kick it out Saucy. Polis. In the corner, Cook. Cook 3 on the way. Looks good. Nope, short. Ball batted out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball.
And Peyton, it did look good and just short.
That 3 right in front of us, and it was on line. Just didn't have the distance. Polis inbounds the basketball. Kicks it back out to Biven. Gowan. Now Polis will come get it and run the offense. Polis, left wing, Biven, Polis.
Trying to overload one side here of that zone, see if we can get something on the backside of it.
Polis, long 3 out front, no good. Back of the iron, rebound, Powers.
Boy, did we like that rim on the other end of the gym in the first half better or what?
And a foul on Gowan in the backcourt.
Yeah, Lincoln, we had 6 threes in the first half. We have not hit a 3 in the second half to this point. Just been night and day difference from the 3-point line.
Ball still in the backcourt. Now Mattoon gets it across the forecourt. Bergstrom, 10-footer in the lane, up, no good. Rebound, Bradbury just muscling people out of the way. In the corner, Larson out front, Middleton, the basketball out front. Bergstrom posting at the free throw line. Middleton goes corner, Larson. He's hit a couple of threes. Larson looking inside. There's Bradbury, and ball thrown away. And I think Cook might have got away with a push in the back. Yeah, although I think Bradbury's trying to initiate that contact.
Yeah, it's hard down there. It's a lot of and they've been letting him play. They've been letting him get positioned. So we'll take it.
Saucy, Biven, good pass to Cook. Layup time, didn't get it, and Peyton Cook missed one underneath.
I think Peyton was surprised, wasn't expecting it, and caught it a little too deep underneath the 10. And
into Bradbury, the kick out Bergstrom.
Travel there.
Bergstrom, Larson faked the shot, goes out Powers, good pick by Gowan. Here comes Gowan, off to the races. Gowan, layup time, got it.
Yeah, baby.
33-32, 4:55.
If we get it going, Mattoon's going to know who they're up against. They're the underdog here. It'd be nice to see us sort of take some momentum back and put them on their heels.
Larson Left wing. Goes baseline. 10-footer up, no good. Ball batted away. Bradbury had it.
Missed that
Bivin
rebound.
almost had it.
Yeah.
And ball stays with Mattoon. Middleton the basketball.
Just
Larson.
between Jake's hands.
Powers.
There we go.
And a good steal by
Oh,
Poles.
Elijah behind his
Saves
back.
it inbounds. What a great save. Gowan got the foul.
Great play by Elijah. Just threw it behind his back to to Gowan.
Foul goes against Mattoon's Blaine Powers, his third.
Great play by Elijah. That was a great save. How he did it behind his back, I have no idea. And then Gowan, the presence of mind to go get it.
And Gowan with, Elijah over there with Coach Greg, who's kind of like the offensive coordinator from my understanding, and they were drawing up some stuff. Let's see if they attack that 2-3 a little different this time down the floor. They were drawing up some stuff on the clipboard.
Gowan gets the free throw, ties the game at 33. The foul was on Powers. I believe that is his third. Gowan up and got them both. Lincoln up 34-33. Coach Al applauds both free throws. Gowan going to take a little bit of a seat and get a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, get Aiden a little bit of a seat and then see if defensively we can get a stop down here.
Cam Nelson trying to fire up the Lincoln defense. Powers quickly across the line to Wetzel. Wetzel, ball almost kicked away by Polis. Out front, basketball game now for Bradbury. Larson almost fired the three. Bergstrom's going to fire it up. No good. Middleton got the rebound, got the long rebound. Bergstrom jumps down the lane. Layup time, got it. And that puts Mattoon ahead.
And as good as rebounding as we did in the first half, now the second half, there's these long rebounds, and they're just finding their way to Mattoon players. There's that.
Bivin went into Cook. Ball knocked out of bounds by Mattoon.
And they're really hitting that high post and trying to get Jake to Peyton. It's been just like a fighter throwing a jab every time.
We have an official's Top Hat Creamery timeout on the floor. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio for a 30-second word from one of our fine sponsors.
Mattoon High School would like to thank the following sponsors of this year's Flash at Eastern Illinois University. Top sponsor First Bank and Trust, corporate sponsors Sarah Bush Lincoln Hospital and Pilsen Auto, and team sponsors People's Auto and Casey Summers Auto.
Here in Mattoon, and you knew it probably would be. Mattoon ahead 35-34. Lincoln the basketball, 3:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. This is a tight ball game. May end up at the free throw line, JT.
Yeah, both teams playing for a lot tonight. I mean, it's Mattoon's, trying to position themselves, pick up a big win for regional seedings. Always nice to beat Lincoln. And then Lincoln, we're playing for 900, right? And Neil's got 3 minutes and 45 seconds here to try to get out of here with his 900th career victory. A big game on both sides.
Nelson inbound the basketball under the Lincoln basket. Goes left wing Sassi. Tyler Sassi back in the basketball game. Goes to Polis. Nelson left baseline. 3 on the way. Set his feet. Didn't get it. Rebound. Sassi going to chase it down. Good job by Tyler Sassi. Nelson. Polis. Nelson. Sassi. Look to Cook in the corner, back out front. Nelly's 3 on the way again, up. No good. Rebound. Middleton skied for it, and a Lincoln foul under the basket.
Man. And we're getting good looks. Just haven't been able to get one to fall here. The Lincoln bench would explode if we do get one of those threes to fall. But after 6 threes in the first half, we are 0 from beyond the line for the second half.
Peyton Cook with the foul. Or no, that was on Jake Bivin. I'm sorry. Foul was on Jake Bivin. That is his first. Mattoon in the backcourt against the Lincoln defense. Lincoln needs a defensive stop right here. Larson gets it to Powers. Powers, Bergstrom to Larson. I believe next foul, Mattoon may be in the bonus if I read the scoreboard correctly.
Yeah.
And they've got a foul to give, I think. Lloyd's nodding his head. He can see the scoreboard better than we can. Looks like Mattoon may be content to just run time off the clock here, JT.
Yeah, interesting.
Goes inside Grace. Grace up against Sassi. No good. Rebound.
Oh!
Almost tipped in inadvertently, and Bivin pulls it out of there. Ooh.
Yeah, that ball about got tipped in by the Railers, an own goal there, and luckily it didn't. Let's see if we can get this is a big possession here, Jay. Let's see if we can get one to go down.
Polis, the basketball. There's a pick from, and a 15-footer, good. A good pick from Biven, and Elijah Polis steps up and hits the 15-footer.
A little pick and roll. You don't see that a lot from Lincoln, but it looked good there.
36-35, the Lincoln lead. And a timeout going to be taken by Ryan Gear. And let's see, it's a Top Hat Creamery timeout. It will be
they gave that
a
to the
full
wrong,
timeout.
They gave that to the wrong team, I'm pretty sure. I thought we...
No, it's 36-35.
Okay.
We're ahead. Lincoln's ahead, 36-35. Let's go ahead and keep it right here. Again, many of our fine sponsors, Mike Moskey Auction Service, Top Hat Creamery, sponsoring every timeout. Sal Polis, Town and Country Bank, and Me Realty are our streaming live video sponsors. Worth & Associates Realtors, Heartland Community College. And we will have basketball on again tomorrow night from Decatur, Eisenhower. And again, Monday we're on the road. Lincoln, this 3-game road trip, and then we'll get some games at home. The girls play Tuesday night against Mount Zion. Folks, if you haven't seen the girls team play, come out and give them your support. This is a really good girls basketball team. It's very young, and they have a chance to do some damage here in the postseason because if they can make it through the regional, JT, the sectionals at Lincoln.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I have to get to see Chloe Froby play at some point. I have heard for years about her, but I have not taken in a game in person, so I'm going to have to catch one.
She is.
And I understand she's got some excellent teammates as well, and it's a quality group. Coach Rohr has done an excellent job bringing that program to what it is today. They've been a consistent winner throughout her tenure, so I'm rooting for them.
36-35, the Lincoln lead. 2:19 to go here in the basketball game. Mattoon, next foul on us will be in the bonus. And again, they do have one foul to give, so that's the foul situation right now. Nearly lost by Bergstrom. Bergstrom picks it back up. Out front, Powers. Bradbury's back in the basketball game, and I wonder if they might try going inside to him. Larson trapped in the corner, and Gowan almost stepped in, and Gowan's going to get nailed for the foul.
I don't know if he fouled him. The kid fell, but it was kind of a weird spin. I didn't see it, but man, we had that trap and just a tad late on the steal out of it.
Gowan anticipated, going to step in the passing lane, the contact, and he gets nailed for the foul. Cooper Bergstrom going to go to line with one in bonus. First one up and no good, and Cook gets the rebound. Good job by Lincoln boxing out. Bradbury was there on the lane, and Sam Bradbury can move a lot of people out of the way.
Yeah.
Out front, Gowan. Gowan to Saucy. Saucy, Gowan. Gowan, Polis. Gowan, Saucy. Gowan. Looking to Biven, and you wonder, minute 41 to go.
Not playing a lot. You know, it's you wouldn't think we'd hold it in a one-point game, but let's see if we can make them come out and guard us.
Might
and
be
get
looking
some actions off of it. Yeah.
And now Mattoon goes man.
They're in the man.
And there's the foul on Saucy. Larson's going to commit the foul. That's 6 on them. They had a foul to give. Next one will be in the bonus for Lincoln.
Let's see if we run a home run play on this out-of-bounds play. Seen us do that a couple times where we'll clear it out and Jaden will sprint towards the rim. Nope, we're going to put it in the backcourt.
Hopefully we can get it inbounds. We've had trouble with that at times. Into Biven. Biven back out front, Saucy. And getting it into the hands of Polis. Polis, Gowan. In the corner, Cook. Back out front, Polis. Polis, Saucy. Saucy to Biven. Now to Polis. Lincoln running time. Looks like they may go for layups or free throws here.
Need to play sound.
Now to Biven.
Make solid decisions.
Biven, Polis. And you wonder who Mattoon might try and foul here if Lincoln continues to run time. Just over a minute to go in a basketball game. Lincoln up 1, 36-35. There's Biven. Biven hit from behind by Bergstrom. That was a close call right there.
It was. You could hear a little bit of contact, but it wasn't a lot. Gear's pleading his case saying that's not a foul. But
big free throws for the 6'2 junior Jake Biven. Wears the number 24 on the back of the Lincoln Rail Splitter uniform.
Want Jake to hit at least one of these.
First one by Biven. Up and no good. Rattled in and out. Middleton. Now to Bergstrom. Bergstrom, Middleton. Bergstrom. Bergstrom still in the backcourt. Middleton still in the backcourt. Middleton against the Lincoln defense. Bergstrom. Bradbury posting down on the lane, and Cook is
on Davis there.
Cook is trying very hard to front him. Middleton, Powers. Bergstrom going to drive.
Oh,
what a swat away by Peyton Cook. The Lincoln crowd comes to its feet.
We got about 30 seconds here, Jay.
Middleton in the corner. There's Bradbury. Oh, and Cook stepped in and stole the ball.
He's everywhere.
And a timeout on the floor, a Top Hat Creamery timeout. Looks like Neil Alexander has taken a timeout. JT, let's keep it right here. The Lincoln crowd absolutely exploded on that exchange.
And, I just got to say, that was, we'll wait until it's over, but man, Peyton Cook blocked a shot, went out of bounds, trying to front Sam Bradbury, gets the steal. I mean, he's just doing work down there, and wouldn't it be a little poetic if for his 900th victory, a young man named Cook had a big part in it.
JT, we have watched this basketball team with a lot of interest starting from the first of the year. Coach Al told us last year at the end he was concerned about how they would do offensively, that they would struggle offensively, and they have at times this year. But I don't think anybody anticipated that we would be 17-4 at this point in the year. That's a testament to these kids and how much they've grown from day one now to almost February in the basketball season.
And that's just maturity there too. Nobody's hanging their heads. It's been a tough second half. And these kids are keeping their heads in a good space. Nobody's pouting. There's nobody pointing fingers. It's not over. We've got to close this one out. We're going to have to hit some free throws to get out of here with the win. So we'll see what we can do here. But man, just a great defensive possession there from the Railers.
And you don't want to say right off this year because they've still got a chance to do some damage this year. But you really want to see what this team's going to be like next year.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of the anticipation. It's like, hey, I really want to see what this team can do with a year to get stronger and a little more mature.
Saucy's inbounding right in front of the Mattoon student section. They're giving him the business.
Almost a home run ball for Bivin, and they go to Polis in the backcourt.
Oh,
and Polis gets knocked to the floor.
And if he had not fallen, I don't know if that referee calls that, but it was enough contact to put him on the floor. And we got our senior point guard at the line. Let's knock him down.
Sawyer Kurtz with the foul. And, JT, having seen a lot of basketball and played a lot of basketball over the years, that's kind of a pickup basketball move where you let the guy go by and then you try to reach around from behind.
Yep. Yeah,
coaches don't teach that. They teach you to play defense with your feet.
Trick, All right, we got to knock these down here.
Elijah Polis, the junior at the free throw line. First one up and got it. Nailed the all-important first one.
Yes.
37-35, the Lincoln lead. 22.8 seconds to go on the scoreboard. Lincoln fans all standing behind us. Polis, the second one, got them both.
And he's hyped. He is smacking his hands together. Senior, it means a lot to him.
And another timeout on the floor. Again, Lincoln up 38-35. So JT, we've committed 7. Would you think about fouling them when you get them into the front court?
I've had this conversation with Neil, and it's always he lays it up to the coaching staff, and they vote on it before the season what they're going to do. I don't know what this particular coaching staff will do, but I'll tell you this: if they do not go with the foul in the front court. It's Larson and Bergstrom are the shooters.
So would you guard the 3 and maybe give up the 2?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't have 899 wins. I got 0. So I'm going to leave it up to the experts down there. I know Coach Craig is a fan of the foul here. I know that, but we'll see what they do here. One thing you definitely don't want to do is foul on a shot.
Right, and he's telling that right now.
I'm stealing that from them. I just heard Greg say, "Don't foul the shooter," and so we'll see what they get here. What we do, just a great. And what's like you said, Jay, what's been there for them all year is the defense, and just this last 4 minutes of the fourth, they've really picked it up. So
now I can't see how many timeouts each team has left from here.
I think we've got 4. Or no, it looks like they have 4. Maybe we got 2.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
And I can't believe Coach Al has used that many timeouts. Ordinarily doesn't.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here, Jay.
I'm going to go ahead and stand here for the last few seconds. 20 seconds to go in the basketball game. Middleton. Polis almost a steal near the foul. Layup time.
Yeah.
He got it. Lincoln up 40-35. Mattoon in the backcourt. Middleton. Larson. Middleton the 3 on the way. No good. Rebound. Up and no good. And that'll end it. Lincoln wins it 40-35. There's no applauding in the press box, but pardon me while I stand and applaud as Neil Alexander makes history. Just the second coach in Illinois high school boys history to win 900 games and the 35th in the entire United States. Both teams lining up to shake hands. Let's send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back with the Schneider Chiropractic Grau Incorporated post-game show.
To Lincoln High School head coach Neil Alexander. Neil Alexander has 900 career wins. So head coach Neil Alexander, congratulations. Mattoon will return to action next Tuesday here at home, taking on Champaign Centennial. Varsity start time 7:30 p.m. A reminder to please drive home safely. There's a lot of slick roads out there, so please drive carefully.
What's that? If Jenny goes down with you, after some of these people clear out, you probably can.
Okay, just a little bit longer.
Very happy from a Lincoln perspective. Mattoon High School Gymnasium, where a large Lincoln crowd filing out of here. And some of Neil Alexander's extended family still up in the stands as they presented the game ball to Neil Alexander for win number 900, and the kids all gave him hugs and pats on the back. Very happy Lincoln coaching staff walking out of here with a 40-35 victory against the Mattoon Green Wave, and my partner Justin Tierney has gone to see about the scoring. We'll hopefully have that for you here in just a moment. But again, Neil Alexander gets win number 900. He's just the second coach in Illinois high school history to have 900 victories in a career. He's got well over 700 here at Lincoln Community High School. And Justin is back. You got the scoring, my friend?
I sure do.
All right, so I'm going to turn it over to JT Justin Tierney. How about the scoring for tonight's basketball game?
And shout out to official scorer Tony Schilling for helping this not so good color analyst with the scoring tonight. So we got Elijah Paulus with 11. He had 6 in the fourth quarter. 6 for Tyler Saucy, 8 for Jake Biven, 7 for Peyton Cook, and 8 for Aiden Gowan.
You know, we continue to see Peyton Cook give us consistent play. It may not always be from double-digit scoring, but the rebounds and the defense that he provides, and what he did in that last
possession, yeah. I mean, that was unbelievable. Just blocked a shot. He's trying to front this kid who's huge and, just hold his own down there. He ended up with a steal, and, he's tipping out rebounds, and he was just so active. And, you see high school big kids, and one of the hardest things that you get is just being active. Just getting them to play aggressively and get off the floor and such. And Peyton Cook is very active down there, and it helps our defense so much. And then the other guy that we have to talk about just down the stretch is Elijah Paulus. He hit the 2 free throws that were big, and then he started turning the keys on the bus to warm it up because he made a great read on a steal and layup that really put it out of reach there. Just huge from the senior point guard to basically say, we're not going down here and losing 900 tonight.
Yeah, I hope, folks, we didn't blow out your radios or TV speakers there at the end, but this was exciting and neat to be a part of history here tonight.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah, just a lot of guts, gutsy win. This team, they play the right way. there were some times the chips were down a little bit. You couldn't tell it from the way our kids carried themselves.
Our defense really was probably as good as it's been all year tonight, even though Mattoon did, score 16 points there in the second quarter. We held them to 6 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And really played a good brand of defense. Really went to that 2-3 zone, kind of stagnated us a little bit on offense.
Yeah, and our jump shots kind of abandoned us there. We were shooting in the lights out, probably as good as this team shot it, all year in the first half, and then all of a sudden you come out at halftime and, we can't get anything to fall in the second half, but we held on with our defense. The defense, got us where we needed to be. Scott Kirby's going to...
Yeah, let's grab the actual voice of the rail splitters, because I'm just I'm just keeping your seat warm, brother.
I think you're doing a fine job.
Well, thank you very much for that compliment, but hey, isn't this neat to be part of history here tonight?
Yeah, I tell you, it was a close one, though. They had me on the edge of the seat, but, give credit to the Railers. They were pulled out, and 900 wins.
Yeah, I can't even fathom that. How many basketball games? He's coached, I think over 1,300 or 1,200 basketball games total. I can't even fathom that.
Yeah, I haven't even been to 900 games, probably.
No, me neither. And all the bus trips the poor man has made.
So congratulations to him.
Oh, heck yeah. 900 victories, that is huge. And, he's going to go down, obviously, as a legend in coaching. But he's kind of one of those things where you talk about other coaches like Virgil Fletcher at Collinsville, Jerry Leggett at Quincy, the guys, Dick Van Sciak at Peoria Manual, Neil Alexander and Lincoln are always going to be associated with each other.
Oh, yeah. And number 2 in the state, is he going to go for 1,000?
Well, we're going to push him to go for 1,000, aren't we?
Yeah. I've asked him that every single time, and he always goes, we'll see. He never commits, but
right.
Man,
it's
crazy.
You think about it, that's 4 more years, what Lincoln does, that's 25 years or 25 wins a year. So who knows?
After talking to him at the end of last year, he was very concerned about how this team would function offensively.
Yeah.
And he said there might be some nights we might be lucky to break 20 or 30 points. And after talking with him, it's like looking at how far he was away from 900, I wasn't convinced we would get there this year.
Oh, I wasn't either. At the beginning of the season, the way he talked, just the way the team was. But I tell you, they've responded. Defense has kept them in, and they do struggle offensively at times, but their defense is top notch.
It's been fun. You've broadcast Lincoln basketball for a long time. I've been around it a long time. He's been around a long time, but not being close to it like maybe we are this year. This team, to me, has been one of the most fun teams to watch from the growth that they've done through this year. It's been a lot of fun.
It's a team sport, and they work the ball around. Here's the man right here.
Yep.
I got to get on the road.
All right, we'll let you go, and thanks for joining us for a second. But you guys got big party plans for this man for 900?
We'll do 1,000.
All right, there we go.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Thanks, Scott. Let's go ahead and we'll get Coach over here. He's getting a lot of well wishes from family and friends.
I think there's snow there.
Well, you made it exciting.
Hey, I didn't. I don't have anything. I guess I do have something to do with it. Well, we didn't come out with a lot of fire there in the third quarter, and they outscored us, I think, by 10. And you can't do that, especially on the road at a good team. And I really think, the big kid, Bradbury, is just getting back. You can see his condition is not what it was when we played him the first round. And, he's been out, I think they said 6 weeks. So that was a big factor in the game. But I'll tell you, Elijah come up big on a lot of things. He hit the pull-upper at the elbow, and that was a big shot. And then he ended up making the steal and the score and hit the free throws. And that's what your leader's supposed to do. And he done a great job with it, and really, really proud. And it's a bittersweet day today. Just bittersweet.
Yeah, Coach, we were talking on the broadcast a little bit about the the Peyton Cook play on the second to last possession for Mattoon. On that one possession, he blocked a shot. He's trying to front the biggest kid in the conference, and then he comes up with a huge steal. Just so active down there.
Yeah, he the big boy controlled our back people. He's big and strong, and I hope Drew's okay because he clubbed him pretty good, and we'll have to see how he feels tomorrow. But he's going to have some soreness with him. But our guys battled him, and we lost the shooters again. 25. He was a sophomore that came in and hit 3 or 4 threes, and he was big. But we come up with big plays when we had to. So again, just real proud of the kids.
Yeah, and I wanted to also ask just the first half. This team, shooting has been kind of inconsistent all year, but hit 6 threes in the first half, came out, shot it well. And then that second half, it seems like the shots weren't falling. Was there something different from your end and your perspective between that first half and second half on the offensive end?
No, they were open shots. They were good looks. They just weren't going in. I don't know if we kind of lost focus, and this group can do that. But we stuck with it, and again, we made the big plays. We got the ball inside, and those are big plays, and layups have been a crutch for us all year. Not just one player, all of them. And we spend time shooting layups, and sometimes I feel like we're back in junior high working on the layup drill.
They showed you a zone briefly in the first half and then came out in it in the second half. That seemed to, I don't want to say stagnate us a little bit on offense, but we did get some good shots against the zone, some good looks that just didn't go down.
Right, and if you hit a couple of them, they end up going back to their man, and that has been their bread and butter, the 2-3 with tandem defense up on the top, which makes it almost look like a 1-3-1, but it's it was. We miss shots. If we make a couple early, we probably get them out of it again. So they changed and done the things that created problems for us.
We want to congratulate you on victory number 900. That is a huge milestone in any way, shape, or form. But we also know, I think you well enough to know that 900 number comes from a lot of people in your program over the years, your players, your assistant coaches, maybe administrators. They've all contributed to those 900 wins.
Very much so. I've been fortunate to be at a place to where they've let me run our basketball program the way I know how to run one. And nobody has tried to step on from the administrative side. They've been very supportive for 32 years. All the kids have been there. They've worked hard. This group here I'm really, really proud of because we struggled this summer, but yet we've put it together to be able to have a great year. And like I've told you before, this team is so close to being a really tough team to beat if we could just clean up some things. And again, we're still young. I mean, we play 4 juniors and sophomore, and Elijah's the one that's holding us together, and that'll be a tough piece to replace. But I'm just proud of all of them, and I can't say enough for Coach Gregg, Coach Ewald, Coach Farmer, Coach Rademacher, Jay Mack, and Zach Dom. You can't do it without a coaching staff and have a consistent coaching staff that's there for you day in and day out and it's got your back. And I've had several conversations with other coaches about, how do you run your program? And I don't have to worry about teaching or telling our guys how we want things done. They follow suit. They do exactly what we want and develop the kids for once they get to be juniors and seniors or on the varsity. So it's a whole teamwork and everything, and I've just been very blessed and fortunate. My wife, my family. I can't do what I've done for 44 years without her support and my kids' support. I was fortunate to be able to coach my sons, grandsons, and one of the things that it makes it really, really sweet is that. But one person that was really left out in the whole thing is my daughter. And some people don't even know I have a daughter, but I've got my firstborn was my daughter, and she's pretty special, and but we love them all. I've got grandkids, and it's a coaching family.
You had a lot of family here tonight.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, my brother showed up, and they were all here, and I appreciate that. And I love them all. I love the kids. I love Lincoln. It's been a outstanding place for me to grow and raise a family. I don't know. I just very blessed.
Well, I know Railer Nation appreciates you probably more than you realize. And tomorrow night you're keeping us on the road, Coach. Tomorrow night we got to go back on the road to Decatur.
Yeah, it's a 5 and 6:30 start. So we'll start the JV game at 5, play the varsity right after, and it'll be a tough game. I think this one was an emotional game. We talked about this. We put Mattoon with 5 losses in the conference, and we've got 5 games left. We got 5. No, this is 6. So we've still got 6 games left. So, they're still going to beat everybody up at the bottom. They've got to play each other, and we still got 6 games left. So we just got to stay focused, take them. We got a tough one Monday night at Effingham, one of our makeup games. And once we get that one done, we'll have all our games made up that we had up to this point. So
when do the regional seeds come out?
They won't come out till February 11th, I believe, is when they come out. And the girls will be a week before. And again, it's a whole new setup for everyone. And if you have to have a play-in game, you're going to play the 19th of February for the boys. And we'll just have to see where we fall. But each game that we win makes it harder and harder for people to not see this number 1.
Well, Coach, we want to let you get on the road. We see the kids are ready to go. We hope the roads are good going back home. We know some of the east-west roads were a little bit slick, but everybody told us 121 was okay coming down here.
We didn't see snow till about 10 miles out, and that's when we first saw the snow. So I'm sure there's some snow that's flown over the roads, but we can get through that. We'll be okay, but hopefully everyone will get home safely.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us on the postgame show, and congratulations on the victory, number 900 tonight. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here on the postgame show. For my broadcast partner, Justin Tierney. Justin, you got anything you want to add before we sign off?
No, other than I had a heck of a lot of fun with you, Jay. I don't have the Twitter following that Josh Comnick does, but
no, nobody does.
I'm just a humble guy who likes to do a few games. I got one more on Monday. I'm looking forward to it.
Right, and we've got Max Postgame, who's going to be our on-site cameraman on Monday, and hopefully we'll get him to remember to take the lens cap off on Monday night at Effingham. Sure. Don't forget, we are live tomorrow night, 6:30, probably about a 6 o'clock pregame show from Decatur Eisenhower's Gymnasium as the Railers take on the Panthers. So for my broadcast partner, Justin Tierney, for our on-site cameraman, Lloyd Kirby, for studio producer tonight, the big guy back at the studio, station manager, Jim Ash. This is Jay Harden from Mattoon, Illinois, where Railers won 40-35 tonight. We ask that you patronize each of our fine sponsors. It's time to send it back to the classic rock experience, the Fix 96. Good night, and thanks for listening.